Alright, I figured I'd get the video in while everybody's going to bed. What is it with our lives? How do the communications get mixed up? How do we have a connection with somebody, but then that connection is gone, right? It's almost like you're talking to someone totally different. Now, how are these people doing it, right? Is it God, right? I don't know. It's very interesting to figure out. It's almost like you can you can sense that you're talking to somebody else, right? Just somebody you started a relationship with is not their self no more. Something totally different, right? Which it's pretty dang ridiculous to me, if you ask me. So, how are they doing it? How is it getting crossed? The communications is getting crossed where now it's almost like you might have been connected with somebody, had a connection, but now you're talking to them and they're starting to it's almost like there's somebody else that you had a conversation with, right? Like you're tapped into their brain or someone else's brain, right? Almost like they're feeding off of us, feeders, whatever they want to call it, right? And we did this. I did a video on this. People you shouldn't be with, people you should be with, people you shouldn't date, people you should date. And that whole thing of people being used, uh, catfished, set up, whatever, who cares, right? But my thing is how are the connections getting crossed, right? That's interesting. It just goes blank. Now, either God is taking these people out of our lives because it just ain't right, or somehow they're 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 switching phones, but you can actually tell by the way someone is talking to you that it just ain't the person that you originally started the conversation with, right? Now, whether it be they're switching out SIM cards or phones or whatever, hot phones or burner phones or whatever, but just in a conversation with somebody, you can tell either something's wrong or somebody they're just not themselves, right? Almost like they're opening a door to another dimension, right? Next thing you know, you start getting headaches. You're just like, oh my God, what is going on? So that's a very interesting thing and a very interesting topic because I've noticed that a lot lately, right? You start talking to somebody and you think you know them, but then all of a sudden there's a total change, right? And you don't know who you're talking to or what's going on, right? Next thing you know, you're sicker than a dog, or you got a headache, or you feel like your soul's been ripped from you, or whatever, and you're just like something just don't seem right, right? And I've been getting that feeling a lot too lately. Right? That just something ain't don't seem right. And could it be people in our chats, right, that we know or come into our chats, right? They come into your chat, they dump a bunch of crap, right? That ain't yours. I have been in chats and watched videos where people were perfectly fine, but then all of a sudden go into a coughing fit or not feel the same or start talking. Sometimes they'll say, "But something, I just don't feel right. Something's wrong." I've seen that before go on in videos and in chat. So could it be something? Could it be the devil? Yeah, maybe. My main thing is where do you lose a relationship? Where does it go bad? Where does it go cold? Where it just ain't what it was when you first started the relationship, or even not even a relationship, a friendship with people. Very interesting stuff. I thought I'd just get this video out while everybody's going to bed and quiet. Me, myself, I'm going to bed. I'm kind of tired myself. Hello, Tahoe 814. I didn't see you come in there. I don't know, somebody's crossing the lines, the communication lines. Maybe a communication breakdown or something like that. Maybe God at work. Maybe the devil at work. Whatever it may be, right? We're all not feeling ourselves. We're all being trespassed on people, demons, all kinds of things, curses put on us, and just a living nightmare. We're trying to get through it together, right? Sometimes you go through things together as a chat or a channel, or sometimes you just get the shaft, right? Uh, we've been seeing a lot of things like that on YouTube. A lot of people just ain't who they are, right? And you can tell by the way they act on camera or doing a video. They're just not acting themselves, or very, very nervous, or uh, body language is a big thing. Um, when you watch a video of somebody, if they're scared, nervous, being watched, whatever it may be. Uh, yeah, I mean, what can you do? We live and learn, right? Some of us, I'm going to admit, on YouTube, have been used. Um, you can't trust nobody, right? You just can't. Everybody is out to scam or blackmail, or everything's a racket, whether it be prostitution, whether it be drugs, even on YouTube, folks, right? It's just a racket, a gang, a mafia, very, very horrible, right? Just very deceitful. And has it destroyed the relationships, friendships between people? Yeah. Yeah, it's wrecked it's just so devious. It's unreal. Right? It's just unbelievable. So be safe out there. I'm not talking about anybody in particular. I'm just talking, period, how people are just so backstabbing, uh, ridiculous on YouTube. It ain't funny, right? It ain't funny. You don't know who you can trust. You can't get in a relationship with a woman because that woman might be planted there just to get intel from you or wreck your whole life. It's the same thing with being a friend with a dude or a woman. You might open up to that person or whatever, and the next thing you know, it's all over YouTube or whatever, right? So I understand some of these people in the videos that's going on. And were these people plants, right? Were they a plant? Did they plant these people in our lives deliberately, whether it be for intel or to just like a bad demon leech onto you and suck the life out of you, your happiness, your light, everything, right? You don't know. You don't know, right? What these people do behind closed doors, the witchery, the sorcery, all the crap that's going on. Ooh, do you guys hear that creaking? Dang, TV's creaking. Like whatever it may be, them sending demons, conjuring things, all kinds of bad stuff going on. Oh, I do want to thank the Lord. It's the Lord's Day. All glory goes to God. Amen. Hello, I'm Beck. How you doing? I'm not talking about anybody in particular. I'm just talking about YouTube itself. What's going on within the crime community? What's going on with all these communities? Uh, a lot of deceiving, a lot of stuff going on, and some people don't want to be a part of it. Right? I don't blame them. People, they just right. They might get into that community. It might go good for them for a while, but then they just want to get out and they want to check out other stuff or other channels. And I understand them, people, right? But where is the communications getting mixed up? Where is the lines between two people getting crossed, mixed up, right? It's almost like the devil is saying, well, let's unplug this person and plug this person into him. And now he thinks he's talking to this person, but it's really this person he's talking to, right? And with the technology today that we have, uh, that is very possible, right? It's very possible to have a hot phone or a burner phone, and you pull the SIM card on it and give it to someone else, and they put their SIM card in, and now you're talking to somebody else, but you think you're talking to another person, right? We're seeing a lot of stuff go on like that with the new technology, right? Uh, you would be shocked, right? You would think we wouldn't be able to listen to you if you didn't take the battery out. You know, if you took the battery out of your phone, you think no one can listen to you, right? Because there's no power going to the battery or to the phone. But with the new technology and everything, you can hear everything, even without a battery in it. So what are we doing, right? We're actually in some kind of a techno devious world, right? With technology and everything, and people conjuring up demons and spirits and all kind. It's just horrible what's going to be happening, right? It's just is it somebody using magic, and they shouldn't be using magic or black magic, from what the church channels have been saying that I've been watching, right? They're like, somebody is using magic on you, somebody is stealing from you, somebody's doing this, somebody's doing that. And do I believe them? Some of them, some of these channels that I belong to and I watch, I do believe them, right? Because the proof's in the pudding, right? My chat was going crazy for a while. My life was going crazy for a while, right? So there was some truth to what they were saying. Now, how deep does it go? I don't know, right? The church channel saying people have photos of you, they're showing them, they're making money. Do I believe something like that is possible? Do I think that's happening to me? Probably not, but do I think it's possible? Yes, very possible. So I'll continue to listen to these church channels and some of these prophets, which, in the Bible, there were prophets and some of them were good. but some of them were fake prophets, right? So you got to be careful there. So who is mixing up the communications, right? Who is getting things cross-wired where they're ruining relationships in our lives deliberately? They're deliberately monkeying around with things they shouldn't be to wreck relationships that we want to be with, women that we want to be with, or women that want to be with men. Why are these people doing it? That's the question. Who's paying them to do it? Because now a lot of us have come together and we're all starting to think the same thing. Somebody to do these things. We want the guy that's supplying the money, right? We want the guy that's supplying the hot phones, the burner phones, the SIM cards, right? Whether it be, we want these people that are doing it, right? And I'm not the only YouTube creator that's starting to catch on, right? This is an old thing that's been going on. It's been going on for a while. Now, what do we do about it? Nothing. You can't trust nobody. Don't send no more photos to any women or anything from what they're saying, right? To any men or anything. It's ruined relationships. Over with. And what sucks is relationships between a man and a woman that are long distance, right? Where they can't be together. The only thing they got is that sexual talk over the phone when the husband's not with her or at work cross country or whatever, right? That connection between the two of them, or whether it be photos between each other or whatever, right? They can't be together. So instead of going out and cheating on each other, they might talk on the phone. They might do a video chat or something with each other, right? Spice up the relationship. They can't be together. And what's sick is the people that take that, and they use it for their own benefits or to make money off of it. And that's what the problem is. Who is tapping into our stuff? Who's taking our stuff? It don't bother me. My photos are all over the world, right? It bothers me, but there ain't nothing I can do about it. What can I do about it, right? Now, that don't give the right for people to do, right? It took the church channel to show me that, hey, even though it's no big deal to you, the whole point is what these people are doing with that information, with these people's lives, their minds, their whole thing. And I agree with them, right? And I agree with the one prop to earlier. Information, whatever it may be, and then it's gone after it get anything else from us, right? It leaves. It's gone. Whatever. You don't hear from it again. So it's a growing conversation on YouTube with trolls, with these people that we think are being paid by people, maybe possibly, whether it be through subs or views or cold cash, Snapchat, Tootsie Rolls, whatever it may be that these people collect. So you can't open up to nobody. You can't trust nobody. The only person you can trust is a woman that you're probably married to. But now we're having that shoved in our face and shown that you can't even trust the woman you're married to. So the only person you can really trust in this world would probably be your mother. But then we're seeing in cases where you can't even trust your own family or your parents or nobody because everybody's out to get a dollar, right? We've seen that on YouTube. We've seen so many things on YouTube. It's unbelievable. I'm getting a headache right now for just talking about it, coming down on me hard for it. But we are seeing these things. isn't normal. No, right? Not when your own flesh and blood are killing their own families. No, it ain't normal, right? Not when they're setting them up to either get money off of them or whatever it may. No, it ain't normal, folks. Whether it be for politics or even religion, it's not normal. These people are not normal. No way around it. They are not normal. Them themselves, even them, if it's their job, it has corrupted them so much that they don't even know they're doing it. They don't even know they're doing the evil right in front of you. You can see it. You can read it. You can feel it. Right? They don't even. They're so far gone that they don't even know they're being possessed by it. They can't even think straight. Right? They can't even think straight. One minute they're happy, the next minute they're a wreck. Right? And then they blame you for it. Right? We're seeing this. Now, these videos I've been watching, I'm starting to see what they're talking about. And we've had it in my chat before too. Right? We've had it in my chat before. And there's all these now channels that are popping up that are using our names, right? We got 20 Tahoes, right? We've had on Beck in here before, but now there's all kinds of people popping up with my name, right? Now I'm getting mistaken identity or whatever, right? So it's happening. Why is it happening? I don't know. We're trying to make sure it ain't a hit, right? You start getting a bunch of names, same people your name on YouTube, all of a sudden, are they trying to steal your content? Are they trying to steal your life? And they're going to make a hit on you. And then they'll have these other channels that say, well, I'm the real Johnny Kramer or whatever. It's the same thing with Tahoe. We've seen 3, 4, 5, 6 Tahoes, 7 Tahoes come through here, right? Are they trying to hit the one, and then they got the backups to the stand-ins, right? So it's very interesting. We're all going through it. I do agree with some of these channels. That's what I'm pretty much thinking too. It's very possible. They're stalking us all, folks, right? I've had it before. I'm used to it. Now, a lot of people wouldn't be used to it, right? It would drive them over the edge. Either they would kill themselves or kill somebody. But I've been in this for a while. I'm pretty much used to the madness, right? They can't figure out why I ain't gone cuckoo yet. And I'm like, man, this is uh, mind games, psychological mind games, whether it be with Satan or an individual, a psycho individual or whatever. And it's crazy. These YouTube streets have become real, and people don't want to admit it. And I'm like, the faster you admit it, folks, that YouTube will get you killed, or I should say the people on YouTube will get you killed, abused, stolen from, blackmailed, just as quick as if you walked outside your door in the real world. So I'm agreeing with some of these folks. I do agree with them. And yeah, we're going to have to deal with the devil. We're going to have to deal with these people. The only way to deal with the devil is cast them into hell, burn them, step on the head, decapitate the beast. Right? As the Bible says. You get rid of them people out of your life. And maybe that's what the Lord is doing with me. Right? Maybe the Lord don't want me around certain people. So he's creating havoc within that relationship where I just say, I don't want nothing to do with it. Or is it the devil that knows that I want a relationship with somebody, or I might like somebody or something, whether it be anything, a car, anything, a home, a woman, whatever. And then the devil steps in and he's going to do everything in his power to wreck it or come between us, right? So we got to ask, is it God doing it or the devil? Is God telling the devil to do it? Very interesting thing, right? Oh, I'm ignoring them. I'm ignoring them all, right? I'm not a dude that plays head games. So after so long, I'm like, screw it, right? I ain't gonna play the head game stuff, right? Especially with someone's life or heart or whatever. What do you do? Nothing. You either write it out or you walk away. Either you try and work something out or you just walk away, right? And people are going to get mad that you walk away. I told you, I walked away from a lot of stuff, folks. I just walked away. Should I have? No. I probably should have got what was mine and hung in there, but I didn't. I walked away because I didn't want confrontation or anybody to get hurt. So I walked away. Would I walk away again? Well, sure, I'll walk away. Hey, I'm poor, right? It's no biggie to me to walk away. It ain't the right time. It ain't the right situation, right? I've walked away from big money deals. I've walked a lot of things. So I agree with a lot of the YouTubers now that are coming around and saying, this is what we think's going on. These people are deliberately attacking, uh, just scamming everybody, right? Some of us think, well, maybe somebody's putting them up to this. It could be anything, right? And I do agree with a lot of them. I'm going through it. Yes, it's her. I don't care. They can do it to me. I'm tough. Just ignore them. Johnny, they are just ignorant people. Yeah. 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 We all are. We all fall for it. You don't know. YouTube has become so devious. Like I said, uh, you don't know if somebody really wants to be your friend or not. You don't know if a woman or a man really likes you or they were planted there by Satan or whether the government or some organization to either try and take you out, scam you for money, break your heart, whatever it may be, right? Photos, whatever. Very interesting. So I do agree with some of these people. Should they be doing things about it? Well, yeah, YouTube should be doing things about it. It ain't my life I'm talking about, right? It's not my life I'm worried about. It's these other people that I'm worried about on YouTube, right? These people that think they are safe and they're not, right? We can't tell you how truthful this is, right? How if we told you how dangerous it was, you'd close your YouTube accounts and get off, right? If we told you how bad the situation was on YouTube, my life is perfectly fine, folks, right? I told you this is a movie channel. I'm going to tell you whatever I want you to hear, what I want you to believe. My life is perfectly fine, right? Perfectly fine. It ain't me I'm worried about. It's these other people, right? That's what it is. Well, here come the trolls, so let me get rid of them. All right, there you go. All right. So this is a lot of things uh, that people are talking about on YouTube, right? I'm not the only one talking about it. There's a lot of other channels talking about it. How do we catch all these people? How do we shut down all these channels? Are they computer generated, right? Are they listening to our conversations and then they create these fake accounts or computer generated accounts and they attack us? Or are they deliberately people that are being paid by another channel to attack people? And that's what we were talking about on another channel is YouTube has really got to get, YouTube's got to open the door to the government and say, come in and get these idiots off of our YouTube, right? That's what needs to be done. We need to bring in the best of the best. If we have to hire the best from another country to come in and clean up YouTube with all the trolls, all the fake accounts, all the ghost accounts, all the alt accounts, whatever it may be, right? The apps that where you got seven people, you're one account, but now you become seven, right? Which now there's some guys that good, right? That can tell this is an alt account, right? We got the one guy in chat right now, but these other seven are not real. They're from that one account. So it's getting interesting to see how far we get with the technology to see how good we can track all these people, right? That's the main thing, right? And what is with the sociopath of these people? Because they don't like somebody, they create YouTube channels with their names and act like they're them, right? Or they use someone else's name in their YouTube channel or whatever, right? That what does that say about the sociality about somebody? Because they don't like somebody that much, they change their whole YouTube channel to someone else's name. That's a YouTuber already, just to go out and troll and destroy people's life. What does that tell you about the sociology of YouTube? I'll tell you what, a bunch of zodiac nut jobs. That's what it tells me. More worse than you folks will ever know. Sickos. We're talking people that chop people up, put them in barrels of acid and Dahmer people. That's what we're dealing with on YouTube. I'm a movie channel, right? I can guarantee I ain't going to go out and kill people. Now, if they come knocking at my door, that's a different story, right? But deliberately to go out and wreck someone's life, no, that ain't me. Sorry, right? It's a movie channel. It's a bunch of acting, drama, whatever you want to call it. People, ranting, raving, movie ideals, whatever. Acting, right? That's what it's all about, acting. Now, there's a fine line there between acting, reality, and knowing that you're acting. And it's only acting in real life. It ain't going to happen. We're not going to blow up the whole earth in a movie. Well, very possible. But in real life, no. Okay? So there's a fine line between reality and fantasy. And I'd have to say some of these people, some of these men and women have crossed the line and they can't come back from fantasy. And literally, they become sociopaths, killers, serial killers, stalkers on YouTube. Nut jobs because someone said something they didn't like, so they went cuckoo and destroyed their lives. Satan attacking us. Feels like I'm getting beat over the head with a baseball bat, right? So it is late. It's 2:00. I just wanted to. I just want to say I agree with the other channels. Right? There's a difference between a movie channel, a music channel, or whatever, and a crime channel is different than a movie channel or a music channel or whatever. Right? News, crime. I don't know. It's crazy. Do I think we got a problem on YouTube? Yeah. Right? When you can't use your real name on YouTube, that's a problem. When people say, well, you shouldn't use your real name, we'll see. That's the problem, right? You folks missed the whole calling, the whole idea that this is the greatest country in the world. You should not have to lie about who you are anywhere, on any platform or anything, right? I have nothing to hide, right? And because I use my real name and I am who I say I am, and my account gets hacked or my information gets stolen, whatever, people say, oh, well, it's your own fault. You used your real name. And they cannot see the ideology, the psychosis that they are in, that say, well, it's your own fault. They can't see that it shouldn't even be happening in the first place. Right? Your information, your private life should not be tampered with in the first place. So is it a problem? It sure is. Can it be fixed? Yeah, but you're going to have to open up the doors to the government, and we're going to have to hire the best from other countries to come in, dissect the internet, and get rid of these idiots. Right? Shut their YouTube channels down, and then when they're not expecting it, they get a knock on the door. Right? So is it a problem? Yes. I tell you right now, we're dealing with a bunch of people with psychosis. Worse than, I got a disability. I was on medication for many years. Never did I wreck someone's life or try and scam them or use any information to wreck their lives. Right? And I got a disability. What is these people's excuses? Right? What are their excuses? They ain't got no disability. What does that tell you, folks? They got to be full of crap or the devil, one of the two. Right? They'll tell you they're friends. Right? I've had that happen. Got my soul stolen once. the whole time they were telling me, what's wrong with you? You're surrounded by friends. Why are you acting like what's wrong with you? Right? Next thing you know, you can't do nothing. You're a vegetable in the corner. Right? You're going mad. Right? They sit back as you are under demonic attack by them or whatever. And they sit back and say, I don't know what you're talking about. You're cuckoo. Right? The ones that turn their back, that's so-called friends, lovers, whatever, right? They are the ones that push you forward as they sit there and tell you, oh yeah, these people are bad. We need to do something. We need to get these people, right? And then when it comes down to the war, which I've been in many fights before, some I had to battle by myself. When I thought there was people to back me, well, now you got to fight 2 or 3 guys. You get your ass whooped, you get your ass whooped. But these are the people that are saying, here we are, what, yeah, we're going to back you. Then when it goes down, these are the people that push you forward to the front of the line, right? And they step back. The ones that you thought were your friends will now have stepped back and pushed you forward, put you in the line of firing. Hey, Thumb Thugs, how you doing? It's been a while. I haven't seen you. I'm getting off here pretty soon. Yes, I've been staying out of the crime business thing for a while here, trying to get a break, get my sanity back. But I do agree with a lot of these people on these other channels. And do I think it's wrong? Yes, I think it's horrible. What does that tell you about this society when we have these trolls that come in our channel and destroy it, right? What does that tell you about the relationships that we are in uh, with people? You can't trust nobody, right? I'm used to it, but there's a lot of people that ain't. There's a lot of people that either they go suicidal or they end up killing somebody, right? Because they can't deal with it. Like I said, with the name I've got, I've been going through this my whole life, right? Right? If it wasn't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all, man. Well, if it wasn't for God, I probably wouldn't be here. But it's a serious problem, and they need to do something about it, right? And people are teaming up, and there's power, numbers, all this stuff, and everything. But here's the main thing: they miss the point. It is almost like they missed their calling, right? Instead of saying it's wrong, and you should be able to use your real name on YouTube or Facebook. You should be able to talk to a woman in a private conversation, whether you're in a relationship with her 2,000 miles away. And instead of cheating on each other, you might be calling, talking sexy, video calling each other, whatever it may be, sending photos or whatever, right? You ain't breaking no laws, right? You're in love with a woman, she's in love with a man. And instead of cheating on each other, you're remaining faithful and doing it different ways. And for the people that are watching them conversations and looking at them photos that might be over the internet, ethernet, whatever it may be, for them to take them photos and turn around and use them, blackmail, scam people is just sick. And that's where the point that these people are saying, well, you shouldn't have been doing that over the internet. You missed the whole point. You missed your callings. It's wrong. It needs to be stopped. It's private. Back when I was growing up 30 something years ago, if we would have caught one of you people trying to get information about our families or a woman that we were dating or something we were doing behind a closed door, you would have been beat to death and left on a curb somewhere. But times have changed now, right? Back then, you were a bunch of sickos, complete nut jobs, sickos, right? Perverts is what we used to call them 30 some years ago. And that's no joke. If they would have caught you doing something like that, trying to use somebody's private conversation or information or whatever, you would have got beat half to death, if not shot. So here's the whole thing. People have missed the point. The point is America is not as great as you folks think. When we wake up and there's one kid not dead, them are the greatest. When you wake up and we don't have one death and we're solving all kinds of medical problems and curing all kinds of diseases and solved homing and food and everything problems and clean water and everything, then we are the greatest country, right? The first day we stop people stealing our info or photos or private conversations between a man and a woman or whatever it may be, even two buddies sitting around talking or whatever, right? Then we are the greatest country. Till then, YouTube's got a problem, right? Like I said, I'm a movie, music, comedy, crime, outdoor video channel, right? I'm not in the business of being a troll, right? I'm not in the business of destroying people's lives, right? So I agree with these other YouTubers. Is it a problem? It's a problem. Right? It's a problem. And here's another one. Look at Donna Rubio says, get offline. Right? Right? Instead of saying, well, you're right. It's a problem. What do they say? Well, get offline. Well, it's your problem for talking to a woman. Right? It wasn't even a woman. It's a man. Right? They're trying to scam you, whatever it may be. The whole point is we're dealing with these sickos, psychotic sickos, right? Psychosis, nut jobs, watched too many Hannibal Lecter movies or whatever it was. Right? That's the problem. Hey, Connor Loins, how you doing? Donna Rubio's here. Well, the fake Donna Rubio. Thumb Thug, thanks a lot for stopping in. Thumb Thug is from the crime community and I haven't seen her in a while in the chats. Hope everything's doing good, Thumb Thugs. I think I already subbed to your channel years ago or something. I've known her for a while. If that's the real Thumb Thugs. Right? I mean, good God, they're cloning everybody. It's clonely at the top. It really is clonely at the top. So, hang in there, folks. I think we can fix this problem if they give us open doors to fix it. Like I said, I've had 20 Tahoes in here, right? If you look on the internet for Johnny Kramer, even John Kramer, there's all of a sudden, boom, right? They're popping up all over the place. What is it? What is their thing? Are they protecting us? That's another thing I was asking some of these people. Are they protecting us? They're putting out decoys. If they are, let us know. Right? But if they're doing it because now they're going to try and take over a channel or a name or whatever it may be, trying to lure people, which I've had that happen, right? People use my information, my whatever, right? It happens, folks. Computers get hacked, photos get taken, information gets taken. It happens. All right, I got to get off here. I'm getting tired myself. Right. And I'm not talking about anybody in particular. I'm talking about things I've been watching. I do believe in God. I do watch a lot of church channels. I also watch prophet channels. Okay. Uh, so this is something I believe in. And you can call me crazy if you want, but I'm seeing the proof because it's happened to me. And it's happened to so many other people that I've watched. Right? Their channels. I've seen it happen to their channels and their chats. Right? I'm not into it, folks. I'm not a drama person. All I'm doing is talking about adult conversations, and these people want to turn it into drama. Oh, it's drama. No, it ain't. It's an adult conversation about a serious topic, right? People are being drove crazy, literally. Like, some of these YouTubers have taken their own lives. Some of them have gone out and taken people's lives, right? They bring children up. They bring your kids up. They take your kids' photos. I mean, it's just a zoo. And here are single men and single women, right? Now we don't even know if we can trust a woman to talk to or whatever, because you don't know if it's even a woman, right? There's procedures you got to go through to make sure it's actually the person you're looking at or talking to, or you don't know. So I agree with some of them channels. I'm here to back you on that. Just like I'm here to back Trump. I am going to bed. It's late. And once again, I'm not talking about anybody in particular. I am talking about things that are conversations on YouTube and with adult people that have these worries also, that it's getting that bad. And most of these people on YouTube have records longer than both of our arms, felons, rapists, whatever it may be, right? So you can't trust everybody, folks. Now, I want to thank everybody for stopping in today. And have a great night in Tahoe. And I know Tahoe was saying it's her, I don't know what her he was talking about. I need to be a mod, Johnny. Johnny let Tahoe with his real picture free. So I have the real Tahoe. That's what you're saying? Because I'm drunk. Well, hell, you're doing Johnny. What the hell are you doing, Johnny? I ain't doing nothing. I'm sitting there talking. You can't trust people on here. They play with you. Oh boy, are you kidding me? I know what playing's about. I play along with them. Like I said, Tahoe, I got a few on the line. I got a couple of irons in the fire. Right? I can play right along with them. Right? And then Tahoe said, I'm going through it. Yes, it's her. I don't care. They call or they can do it to me. I'm not worried about it, dude. All right, I'm going to bed. You folks have a great night. Be safe. Keep an eye on the weather. And love everybody. And all glory goes to God. And happy Lord's Day. And I'm going to bed. Good night.